What's good, y'all? It's your boy Lycan here, back with another video. I almost did it again. My boy texted me and let me know, well, actually called me and let me know about the dev insights and the This Week in Destiny. I gotta talk about it because it's the last hoorah for Destiny. It's the final big update. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see what they're bringing back. Let's see what they're changing and fixing. But before that, I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated if you enjoy this content or any more content by commenting down below, liking, and subscribing to the video. Thank you. Now, into the video. First off, we're going to go off the dev insight of Return to the Director from May 28th. We're going to go in order, obviously. Welcome to our first Dev Insight article, prepping for the release of the Moment of Triumph on June 9th. We have quite a bit to get through over the next few weeks. Today's article focuses on the Return of the Director and Destiny 2 activities. Here's a quick list of what we'll be covering. The Director, obviously, Distortions, the Portal, Gambit Ops, Heavy Metal, and Sparrow Racing League. Sparrow Racing League, you might get me... I'll get to that point. Tomorrow, we're planning on our second Dev Insight article focused on the weapons and sandbox alongside a Friday twid, so stay tuned. The Return of the Director. With the release of the Moment of Triumph, we're putting the Director back at the center of your gameplay. Finally. Should have never left. It's your guide to Destiny universe and the place to plan your adventures. It creates the feeling that It creates that feeling of wonder we all love. You see the solar system before you, ready to be explored. To bring the Director up to date, we've added the Kepler and Lawless Frontier. Cool. And this is what the new Director will look like. To keep it real with you, yeah, they should have never gotten rid of the Director. They honestly shouldn't have. Destinations and patrols. Destinations have always been a foundational part of Destiny, whether you touch down briefly for a public event, roam the areas for patrols and secrets, or find various factions moving against each other. Our first step as Guardians were in the Cosmodrome, remember those days, and beyond that, we've spent over a decade patrolling the wilds of our solar system to protect the last city. With the Return of the Director, we felt now was a better time than ever to thrust players back into these frontiers. We revitalized each pre-Edge of Fate destination's loot, okay, with new perks, tiered weapons for non-craftable pools, and set bonuses that reflect their themes and stories. Okay, so pretty much every destination is getting a update essentially. For our destinations featured crafted weapons and outline, or for our destinations featuring crafted weapons as outlined in the Moment of Triumph article, they will be receiving additional perk columns to make them feel up to the most modern sandbox power standards. We're also introducing a new event, one with some added difficulty that will appear. One one with some added difficulty that appears during distortions. Cool. I'm reading too fast. You'll primarily be able to earn this loot through public events. Base completion will grant tier 3 rewards and heroic tier 4, with each drop having a chance to be upgraded all the way to tier 5. Cool. During a distortion, these rewards will be upgraded by one tier to match the added challenge. Okay. Unique destinations activities like the Blind Well, Altar of Sorrow, Terminal Overload will also distribute tiered rewards. Cool. Additionally, we've updated what we call the World Loot Pool, earned through legendary engrams that drop from general gameplay, to now feature a collection of tiered loot with gear spanning multiple years of Destiny. You may find a few old favorites inspired by Splice Attack or the old friend Saint 14 within this engram. Cool. Cosmodrome. Alright, so what's Cosmodrome getting? New origin trait, Eyes Up. This weapon gains reload speed, range, and increased damage against combatants for a short time when combat begins. Final blows extend the bonus. Hold up. 7 syrup, CQC, 12 shotties coming back. That's heal clip, surrounded, threat detector, 1-2 punch. I think that's quick draw, and I can't remember that perk. Fuck. What is that perk? Yeah, I can't remember that one, but I remember every other one. Dual loader is what it is. Okay. Or is it trench barrel? It's either dual loader or trench barrel. I don't think it's dual loader. I think it's trench barrel. But point is, this was a good shotgun back then. People slept on it, but I'll die on the hill that this was a good shotty. It wasn't the best shotty, but it was a good shotty. Our sample weapon from the Cosmodrome is a Reprise 7. Yeah, and I already went through that. Slide shot, snapshot, Discord, closing time, quick draw, trench, threat, 1-2, disruption break, chain reaction, heal clip, incandescent. So for me, I was always somebody that was like, it's a shotty. So I would always go trench barrel plus something. Like trench barrel was so good when it first came out. Okay. Because it was the Chorus Rasputin with flexible close range workhorse. This people slept on this shotgun. It was a certain part of the community that loved it, but a lot of people slept on this shotty. All right, Nessus, what you got? Failsafe, the Vex. Yeah, we got a lot of memories with Nessus. Origin trait. Fail deadly. Dealing damage grants a stacking bonus to the magazine size, target acquisition, and range until your next final blow with this weapon. Perfect. This one is rewind rounds, rampage, adrenaline junkie, and I don't remember these two, but I also stopped playing at the final shape, and then I came back doing renegade. But we got outlaw, rampage, rangefinder, all-star, dynamic sway, kinetic tremors. I like kinetic tremors. Rewind rounds, adhesive ordnance, stopping power, closing time, enlightened action, aggregated charge, demolitionist. That's what it is, demolitionist. I was like, I know I remember this perk because I got a bunch of guns with it on it. It's the middle two that I couldn't remember, but I was like, I know damn well I know that perk. And adrenaline junkie. Okay. For me, on an auto rifle, my auto rifles, I always wanted stability and range. I needed, for me, my perfect build with Destiny guns were, I needed consistency. I don't need it to have the max range reaching cross map 60 meters, or like if it has a short range. Like I need consistency, because I can hit my shot. Hitting the shot ain't the problem. The problem is literally the stability on some of the guns, because if you know, on controller compared to mouse and keyboard, the recoil patterns were just different. Yeah, so for me, it was always consistency. So I would go like dynamic sway, rangefinder. Pretty much those are really only it. This is looking more of like a PvE type thing. So you would go like kinetic tremors, rewind round, adrenaline junkie, demolitionist if you got a grenade build, old traditional outlaw, rampage. Destiny is fun. I will argue with anybody till I'm blue in the face. Destiny is fun. The problem was the developers doing dumb shit. Like, it's just Bungie being dumb. Europa. Europa was a destination in history, marking a turning point where allies and enemies alike began to wield stasis. Stasis was underrated. Stasis should have never gotten nerfed, but that's a different discussion. Origin trait. Winterized gear. After being out of combat for a moderate duration, this weapon gains stability, reload speed, and handling. These benefits decay over time after re-entering combat. Nobody wanted this side on. Uh, I know that's Impulse Amplifier, I think. Enlightened Action, Kinetic Tremors. I don't know these two. The first one in the first column and the second one in this column. And this one is, fuck is this perk? Why am I blanking? And I know it. Like I know it. And I'm gonna be mad the moment I see it. But scroll down, what is it? It was High Albedo was the name of it. Hold up, what? High Albedo was a sidearm. They made that into a rocket sidearm. Okay. They are going out with a bang. They said, fuck it. Auto-loading holster, kinetic tremor, bewildering burst, anarchy ordnance, impulse amplifier. That's that. One for all. That's not that. Enlightened actions. That. All-star, shoot the loot, frenzy. Frenzy. That's what it is. There we go. It's frenzy. I knew I recognized. I'm like, yo, I know I recognize that perk. Stopping power, desperate measures, blast distributor, and surrounding. High albedo might low-key be a good sidearm now, especially considering it's a rocket sidearm. Rocket sidearms, with the rocket sidearms, I always preferred it was a solar one. It was a solar rocket sidearm that you could get incandescent on. But I like crowd control with my rocket sidearms. But for me personally, with this loot pool or perk pool, I should say, I would probably go frenzy auto loading or frenzy kinetic. Distorted destinations. Patrolling the system. Over the past few years, Destiny 2 has been more focused has focused more of its attention on structured campaigns, existing playlists, and challenging cooperative activities. I don't know what is with me today and reading any other time. This has led to patrol mode feeling left behind, because it was like this is not going to be a bitching episode. This is not going to be a bitching video. Without strong rewards or clear reason to return, many players have had little incentive to explore the wilds of Sol. To remind Guardians of the allure of wandering these worlds, we're introducing a new feature on 7 destinations. Distortions. Okay. Every hour on a different destination becomes the focus distortion. The sky tears open, reality distorts, corruption spreads. While distorted, the planet's enemies are empowered and more fearsome. This looks hard. I'll finish this. I'll finish this and then go on my soliloquy. Distortions are a new enhancement to the patrol mode. They're a celebration of all the things that they already are, plus a small injection of new things and new rewards to discover. Cool. Our main goal with this feature was to support what we call the public loop. The connected areas that players patrol where they encounter other guardians and work together with a shared goal. We've leaned into it and added a little twist. Cool. This looks like Siva. Hold up. This looks like Siva. Like, get that out. Yeah, this looks like Siva. It's not, but I'm just saying it looks like it. Oh shit, fuck around. I could keep reading it and be Siva. Every enemy will become distorted too, making them tougher, more aggressive, and a little more dangerous. Cool. Distortions won't massively change the low stress nature of a patrol, but you may occasionally find an encounter that tests the skills of even veteran guardians. Cool. So like a special boss, essentially changing the way they look, but you might get a special boss if you've ever played public events or patrols. You can sometimes find like a boss roaming around and kill him. Cool. Like in Arc Raiders, like a Leaper or the Rocketeer, the equivalent essentially. Speaking of rewards, we're making distortions uniquely rewarding by providing a new weapon set players can earn in these events, and to balance the increased challenge of distorted enemies, you'll see higher gear tiered awards from playing public events. Cool. That's cool. It really is. Bungie. I am getting sick. Bungie, you really fucked up. You really fucked up. Okay. Overhauling the portal. Before I read this, I personally, I stopped at Final Shape. I didn't play when Portal first came out, but I came back to Portal. The Portal isn't bad. It's just you shouldn't have never. It should have been the Portal should have been an add-on. It should have never been the main thing. It's a side dish. People love the destination. They just do. It's been with us for so long. But overhauling the Portal. So since the release of Edge of Fate, we've heard your feedback on the Portal loud and clear. Portal, the tab is gone. However, we didn't want to remove quick access to Destiny playlists and content while players navigate through numerous activities. Blah. Okay, cool. Portal activities, bonus engrams, seasonal hub are still accessible. The Portal ops categories are built into the director itself. In the director screenshot above, you'll see a row of familiar icons at the bottom of the screen. They are doorway to a portal like sub screens, allowing you to still access and configure activities you like to play. You may have noticed in our director preview that there are a few returning icons in a row at the bottom. Yes, Gambit will now have a portal category updated with scoring, and raids and dungeons will have an easy access point on the front of the director. Dungeon ops will be retired, and this space will simply be a space to quickly find and play full raid and dungeon content. And that's what it should have been from the beginning. It should have never been the main thing. It just shouldn't have. I'll down that hill. Like I said, I didn't experience it when it first came out, and people were like, "Dog, this is hell." My boys and them, they were still playing because I had said Final Shape, I'm done. Like, it's the end of the saga. We good. But yeah, no. When I did come back, it was okay. But I also understood why people hated it. We also wanted to bring back Destiny Legacy and the following will be available in the moment of triumph. So essentially, period, because the game you're ending, so it's not going away. New fire team ops. They're bringing all of it back. Battlegrounds, Mars, Disgrace, Lightblade, Scarlet Keep, Corrupted, Lake of Shadows, Pinnacle Ops, Operation Syrup, 0 Hour. Yeah, so essentially just bringing everything around. Difficulty and reward updates. Okay. Patrol activities are getting difficulty overhaul in Moment of Triumph. The overarching theme is less math, more playing Destiny. Right now, difficulty rewards and progression are true intertwined, plus a bunch of variables because of the power armor and the bonus score. You had to make sure you had to hit a certain score, so you had to select certain things to make sure you got to a certain thing. Like, it was a lot of people. It's two ends of the Destiny player base. You have the super casual person that just wants to jump on, play the game, get loot, enjoy the game. They might do a couple strikes here and there. They might play some Crucible or do some Gambit. You might get that casual player into a one raid, maybe two. And then you got people like me, super sweaty Andy. We doing everything. We getting everything. And I figured out the portal system very quickly, but I understood because my cousin, or one of my cousins, got back into Destiny, and he was trying to get me to explain it to him, and he was getting confused with the portal. And I'm like, yeah, I know it because you didn't play previously, it makes it a little more difficult to explain. Cool. Normal. Difficulty rating system for the rewards. Difficulty normal. Reward C, reward rank C, reward tier 1. And then obviously advanced, expert, master, grandmaster, ultimate. C, B, A plus, S, S plus. So essentially you got to play on ultimate to get tier 5, which is fine. Like, cool. If you're somebody that can only do normal, you do normal, work your way up, you get all tier 1 gear, work your way up to tier 2, and then, like, cool. It's not that big of a deal. For Crucible modes, grade A and higher will yield tier 5 drops. Cool. That's good. Because that was going to be my next thing. What about Crucible? Granted, you might, well, people still play D1 Crucibles. I don't know. You'll figure it out. But what is the role modifier now in this simplified world? Mods exist to allow higher scores to be reached without stepping up the difficulty level to offset the cost of any selected boons to provide an additional completely optional challenge. Cool. If you want to earn tier 4 gear but don't want to face champions, play at expert, add some mods, don't want to deal with the tougher, more aggressive combatants at Grandmaster, but still want to earn an S rank, cool. Play at Master with a few mods of your choice and you'll get those tier 5 rewards. Bungie, why the fuck couldn't you do this initially? Why could this not be the goddamn initial system? Because I almost wild. And I'm like, no, woosah. Like, this should have just been what the portal was. So how will matchmaking work then? We've also updated how matchmaking and customization work around portal activities. We want the system to stay approachable while also providing variety. In match-made versions of portal activities will include a few modifiers that what players have previously encountered, will grant rewards and rank for selected difficulty. So essentially the same. Adding variety to loot. As we are making updates to how loot is earned throughout the portal, we took this opportunity to expand loot variety. The following portal activities will feature exclusive weapon rewards and armor collection. Crucible Ops General, Crucible Ops Competitive, additional exclusive pool, cool, Trials, Gambit, Iron Banner, Sparrow Racing League. Yo, I kind of want to skip down Sparrow Racing League low-key, but we gonna keep reading and going through. Onslaught, Contest of Elders in the Coil. Yeah, because you kind of did come out with other modes, Bungie. Onslaught. We've increased the scrap you earn from sources by over 40%, allowing you to max defenses at each location. We remove revive tokens from this mode entirely. So Onslaught is just pretty much unfailable now then. We reintroduced the difficulty curve. Now the first 10 waves will be easier than the difficulty you selected, with the next 10 waves increasing in difficulty and the final 10 waves increasing to match the difficulty selected. So essentially, for example, Grandmaster Onslaught, first 10 waves will feel somewhat like Expert, then the second 10 waves will feel like Master, and the final 10 will be Grandmaster. So they're working you up. Okay. Yeah, they've definitely made Onslaught easier, which makes sense because it's the final update. Be clear, we are not getting any more updates after June 9th. So whatever's in the game is going to be in the game, and whatever's not in the game will not be in the game. Be clear. Because I keep seeing people online confused about that. Like, no. Shadow and Order is not, like, this is Shadow and Order. We're not getting Shadow and Order. This is it. You're not getting anything else. Contest of Elders. We reduced the number of paths in a single run from 4 to 3. We've reintroduced the difficulty curve. Now the first path will be easier than the difficulty you selected, with the next path increasing and the final path. So they're essentially doing all three are getting the Onslaught treatment. They're making it starts out easy and then it slowly works its way up to whatever the difficulty you selected, which is cool. And they updated the reward pool. That's good. Elevating Gambit. Okay, now let's see what they did with Gambit. Because people have been asking for Gambit updates. I know plenty of people that are Gambit diehard lovers and they just got done dirty because, yeah, reasons. Bungie just thought Gambit wasn't good enough, I guess. Has been lacking a very special PvE activity that we introduced in Forsaken. We agree in the moment of triumph, Gambit gets a clear home in the director through Gambit Ops. Our focus is on better placement, stronger rewards, and more legible reward structure while keeping the core activity familiar for players who already know how Gambit work. Cool. Gambit will now have its own tiered rewards, new armor system, set bonus, reprise weapons, and bonus drops because it's a part of Gambit Ops. Cool. The tier rewards are driven by activity scoring for Gambit, scores team progress, major phases like banking mode, summon the primeval, defeat the primeval. Okay. Rewards are rooted in team effort rather than individual stat chasing. That might be a problem. And a team that reaches the primeval phase will earn an S grade and a tier 5, so getting the final phase of the match is materially rewarded. Okay. Let's be honest. Few things in Destiny feel better than banking a pile of motes or saving the game with the last minute invasion. To keep the playlist healthy, Gambit needs a strength in its rewards that's meant for the playlist, multiple angles, a reworked origin trait to match its unique rhythm. Okay. So they're reworking Origin Trait Gun and Run. Defeating targets build up stacks of Gun and Run for a short duration. Sprinting for a short time consumes stacks, which partially reload the magazine from reserves. On bow, it improves its draw speed. Spare rations. What happened back when spare rations got changed? Can we? Well, it's not going to happen. But I was about to say, can we get spare rations changed back to a 180? But that ain't happening. Perk pool. Slide shot, kill clip, one for all, swashbuckler. What is this one? Why am I blanking? Snapshot. Yeah, this is snapshot. That's Akaraz round, extended clip, and I don't know that one. Slide shot, kill clip, rapid hit, opening shot, snapshot, eye of the storm, moving target, swashbuckler, firefly, desperate measure, keep away, one for all. I did say that was one for all, right? Explosive payload and crystalline corpse bloom. I'm assuming that's that one because I know all of these perks like the back of my hand, except that one. For me, with my hand cannons, I mostly use hand cannons in PvE and PvP. With a PvP, with spare rations specifically, it was a PvP shotgun. PvP hand cannon to me. And for me, rapid hit was my go-to perk. You got stability and yeah, rapid hit was my go-to. Eye of the Storm was good. Opening shot was good. For me, I would go rapid hit opening shot or rapid hit snapshot. Or even rapid hit kill clip. But yeah, spare rations was cool. We wanted spare ration to remain sharp, responsive dueling weapon while broadening what players could chase for it. New pools offers a healthy spread of PvP and PvE. Excuse me? PvP, 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 PvP. You could argue both. PvE, PvP, PvP, PvP. I don't know because I believe it's PvE because I believe that's the one that it works with stasis and PvE. So yeah, I guess you could technically say it's a combination of both. 21% delirium. Killing tally. I don't know those three. Reconstruction and fourth time's a charm. Yeah, random perks, cool. Oh, it's got 2 redacted perks that we don't get to know yet. That's bad. Overflow, killing tally, reconstruction, one for all, 2 redacted, trickle charge, rolling storm. That's rolling storm, I know for a fact. I think that's trickle charge. Fourth time's the charm, redacted, feeding frenzy, eddy current, and jolting feedback. Actually, no. I think that's rolling storm. I don't know about that. I don't know. Tell me in the comments down below. Do you know these 3 perks? I don't remember them. Crucible playlist rotation. In a moment of triumph, Crucible playlist offerings are moving to more predictable cadence, and all PvP offerings are receiving a loot refresh. Iron Banner now returns every 4 weeks, finally. Control remains as a constant offering and is replaced by Iron Banner Control during Iron Banner weeks with 1 additional Iron Banner mode available each time Iron Banner is alive. Well, yeah, no, technically alive, but live. Trial of Osiris will continue to run every weekend, Friday to Tuesday. Cool. Trials is also undergoing changes to featured map and weapon rotations instead of a single curated featured map each weekend. The mode can now vary from week to week. Some weeks may feature a singular map while others can feature up to 3. Okay, check back each Friday to see which arenas you'll be challenged on. Featured weapons are also moving away from a singular week from away from singular weekly focus and now drop featured weapon pool instead. Okay. Trials was such a good mode. I enjoyed Trials when it first came out in D1. I enjoyed carrying my cousin and friends. I enjoyed going flawless every week. Bungie just didn't want Destiny to be a competitive game. They just didn't. And it had so much potential to be, and that's the sad part about it. Heavier and more metallic. Heavy metal is back as a permanent rotation Crucible Ops mode with some fun updates. If you played heavy metal before, you know the fantasy: climb into a massive vehicle, roll onto the battlefield, and turn the other team into scrap. This time, there are new options joining the lineup: the Cabal Behemoth alongside the Drake and the Brig. Okay. So essentially, the ATT. And we got new maps. Okay. Sparrow Racing League. The SRL. We've been asking. If you a Destiny fan, you know. We have been asking. Let me be hold up. Let me be crystal clear when I say this. We have been asking for this for so fucking long. Bungie had the potential to put Destiny Mario Kart in the game and just wouldn't do it for whatever reason. I don't know if they were scared to get sued by Nintendo. I don't know. But damn it, they had so much potential. We brought back a mode, Sparrow Racing League, Big More Chaotic Lab. Okay, cool. Ghost returns as the announcer alongside Shax. Yeah. Screaming at you. Okay, cool. Skimmers are joining the fun. Aren't Skimmers going to be kind of broken in this? Well, it doesn't matter. It's ending. Allowing you to choose between a Sparrow or Skimmer before hopping onto a 3-lap race against 5 other players. Players won't have access to Players won't have access to rails, to grinds, or manual jumping as a Skimmer, or be able to use destabilizer for rolls and flips as a Sparrow. In fact, we've done a ton of work under the hood to make sure that using either vehicle in SRL feels equally advantageous to both players. Okay. Because I that was my biggest worry. It was like, aren't Skimmers going to be broken? Because Skimmers are clearly better than Sparrows. Like, it's not even a debate. Skimmers are better. But, okay. They said they did it, so I'll take them at their word. Speaking of under the hood, we've also updated SRL. Can we get like a imagine you playing SRL, you driving through, and you know how on Mario Kart you go and you hit the box and it gives you like a random item. Well, in Destiny, imagine instead of a random item, you get to activate your golden gun. So you get an ability, your hunter jumps up off the Sparrow, and you like time slows down, and you can shoot somebody on that Sparrow with a golden gun shot. Something goofy. Like, make it goofy, make it fun. Just like Mario Kart. But those photo finish moments at the end of race, close finishes can now properly assess in ties when 2 races hit the name. Yeah. If you're not first, you're last. But our goal with SRL is to bring chaos and friendly competition to the forefront. So tying means you both get equally rewarded. A couple of new mechanics have been added to SRL. Please let it be chaos, something goofy. Rocket Boost rewards racers who nail their timing and hit the gas just before the race begins. So like Mario Kart, giving them an early burst out the gate. Trick boosts are just what they sound like. Land a trick successfully and get a boost. On PC, Sparrow and Skimmer's tricks can be remapped the same way emotes can. Cool. All four of the original SRL maps are returning. Cool. We've got a brand new map called Quantum Circuit, located in the realm of the 9. Avoid the taken enemies passing. Additional speed boost pads will help shortcuts on map offset. Okay. Finally, we've done some tuning on gate sizes, vehicle speeds, and rubber banding to keep the pack together while still rewarding strong racing lines, smart shortcuts, and well-timed boosts. Okay, so I'm not getting to be able to blue shell anybody like it's Mario Kart, but it's better than not having SRL in Destiny ever again. I'll take it. Alongside SRL returns and activity, the rewards. An activity, you'll also be able to earn weapons and rewards. Feel right. The perks found on these weapons have speed and movement in mind, such as Eager Edge, Desperado, or Perpetual Motion. Perpetual Motion is lit. Desperado is even better. I was never a big Eager Edge sword guy. Like I would do it for raid races and stuff, but other than that, I never cared about Eager Edge personally. It was just a means of getting places optimally. I was such a sweat thinking about this. While we want to keep the weapons and their perk pools under wraps, we will share an early look at the origin trait and armor set bonuses. Featherweight origin. Final blows of this weapon that have featherweight origin trait grant increased movement speed while equipped. That's cool. Revving up 2-piece armor set. Fast movement builds up charge that gradually increase your health regeneration speed. That's dope. Once you're fully revved, sprinting grants a speed booster. The 4-piece sliding with speed booster activates Jolt in front of you. Okay. Like I said, I was, and that's the end of that dev insight. I was always a big fan of SRL. I loved SRL. SRL was severely underrated. And yeah, I'm happy to see it back, honestly.